Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over 11 mistakes that you could be making with your online business. Now before I jump right in, I'd love it if you guys could like this video and subscribe below and put the little notification bell thing on. That would be huge. I'm trying to produce good content, that way you guys can thrive in the online business world and I just love to see that. So go ahead and do that for me and I'd love to help you. Even if this video doesn't apply to you, it would still be awesome if you guys could do that. One of my future videos might really help you out. So that would be awesome if you could do that. Alright, so the first thing I have for you guys is, does your brand have a brand appeal? And what I mean by that is, does your brand have a reason for a customer to buy something from your shop versus another shop? So why should they order from you? And I'm not talking about 24/7 customer service, fast shipping. I'm not talking about all that, returns, it's none of that. So what I'm really talking about is your story, your branding. Like, why should your customers buy from you? What advantage do you have? Some stores out there have a very unique concept that they bring to their store. So, and it doesn't need to be all new, but maybe it's new to that niche or that market or something like that. So don't just think that, but it's really important to have some way of differentiating yourself from other online businesses, especially if you're in a competing market. The other thing that's really important is to have branding. This is number 2. So if you guys don't have branding in your store, I'm not just talking about having your products stamped or tagged or anything like that. I'm not talking about that sort of branding. I'm mainly talking about getting your brand out. So what kind of vibes do you guys give off? What's your aesthetic? Remember, your customers walking into your store. Do you have the colors? Do you have the font? What is your aesthetic? You need to set that, and you need to set the tone for your customers, because that is what they buy into. They buy into your brand. It's just like walking into a physical store. You want it looking nice. I see so many stores out there that just set up, some basic random shop, and they're like, okay, this is good. But there's not really anything changed to it. There's not really any color, there's no brand. They didn't really they just use the default font. Guys, a lot of people know what a basic Shopify store or a basic Squarespace store looks like. So I'm really emphasizing, please go through there and make a brand for yourself. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is too many pop-ups or countdown timers or anything like that. Guys, it's a huge turnoff for a lot of customers. A lot of customers know what these are and they don't really fall for them. And so some pop-ups are totally fine. Don't get me wrong, I use one. There is definitely to a point where it gets kind of scammy. So personally, I would not use those pop-ups that are like, somebody just bought this, somebody just bought that. I just think it's trying too hard and it screams desperate to me. So I personally, if I ever look at a store that has one of those, I am totally out of there. So that will send somebody like me, and I know a lot of other customers as well running. So if you want to do that, go at your own risk. But that's not coming from me. As far as the pop-ups go, it's okay to have one, but don't try too hard with them. And as far as countdown timers go, guys, I don't really like them. I see too many stores use them on like every product. And this is not good. This is so scammy and customers know it, and it just goes down the 2 minutes and then boom, restart, and then down 2 minutes. I see that a lot, and it's not, customers just don't fall for that. It's not honest and I don't like it, so don't do that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is lack of reviews or fake reviews. And fake reviews are way worse than lack of reviews. Guys, lack of reviews is okay. If you're growing your store, I understand you might not have the customer base to really produce all these reviews for you, but don't buy into getting a bunch of people from who knows, some foreign country to get a bunch of fake reviews for you. It's not gonna really look good, and customers can really tell when stuff looks fake. And if you're like me, I look at those reviews and I really do look at them skeptically, especially if they're on the own site that you have running. Definitely urge you to make sure your reviews are authentic, real, and you have as many as you can. So if you need an app like So if you need an app, many of them offer this. Looks is the one I use, but there's tons of good ones out there for this. So just do what you can on that to improve it. The next one I'm going to talk about is if there's too many discounts or they just look kind of spammy in a way. And a lot of times customers won't like this, because if you're offering, a ton of different products have 40% off, like that just kind of makes you kind of wonder, it's like, why is everything 40% off? Why is my whole order 30% off? Like, there has to be something wrong. It just really makes customers kind of lose trust. And I think it really works against your brand, because people feel like either it's too cheap or something. I would say that this is definitely not a good thing to do. So when you see that little compare at price, is it way marked down like 50% or more? I mean, it's okay to do that on a few products. Let's say, you're changing inventory or something, or it's out of season, that's okay. But it comes to a point where if it's for every other product, it's just not good. This one's kind of a dumb one, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. It's really just to validate your shipping settings. Please make sure these shipping settings are actually correct. Guys, I wouldn't be talking about this if it hasn't happened to me. What has happened to me in the past is I've had like really bad days and I wouldn't know why. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But all of a sudden I notice, boom, my shipping settings are actually wrong. A bunch of really good products that are selling like crazy, I've changed some shipping setting and now I'm getting no sales for them, and I'm wondering why. And it's really just because I changed around some shipping settings and didn't test to validate that they actually work. So definitely validate this, guys, and make sure it's actually working. All right, so the next thing I would say is lack of payment settings. A lot of times people will just want to pay with PayPal or anything else, so just make sure those are hooked up. For most people, this is pretty basic knowledge. Most people usually know to tie their PayPal. One of my favorite is actually Amazon Pay, because that's a big, huge brand. Most people know that and they trust it right away, so they're actually really happy to see something like that. But some people aren't able to always check out via credit card. For some reason, maybe their car is having a problem or whatever. So you could be losing a lot of customers if you don't have alternate methods of payment. One of my favorite payment processors is actually Sezzle or Apple. A lot of times these options give some flexibility to the customer. Many times I'll have customers order like $200 or $300 orders, but they can't pay for it all at once. So they're gonna do the 4 interest-free payments that actually help to cover for that. And it really works out for us and the customer. It's really easy and a breeze. If you guys wanna look into that more, go ahead and Google one of those, either Afterpay or Sezzle. It's an awesome option to have for your customers. All right, the next thing is your site glitchy? Does it flow well? Just check these things very, very closely. Guys, the user experience is very, very, very important. I have to say that 3 times because it is so important. If there's any glitch or misspelling or anything like that, it's going to throw off your customer, and they're not going to trust your site, and they're not going to trust your brand. So that just automatically makes you lose customers like crazy. So definitely check to make sure all your features and pages and everything on your site works for every device. So the next one I'm going to talk about is having no contact page or no about page. I don't personally ever buy from a store out there that doesn't have a contact page or a refund page or a shipping page. How am I as a customer supposed to know what you're offering me if you don't even tell me and you don't even give me a way to ask you? So guys, just make sure you have these pages set up. Another one I would definitely add is a frequently asked question area. Guys, these are super helpful for customers. I'll see that when I add a question to my frequently asked questions area, a lot of times these requests or these emails or anything like that go way down. So it's gonna help you, and it's also gonna build trust, and it's gonna help your conversion rate go up, and you're not missing out on all those sales that you could have been. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, go ahead and like this video. If you didn't, go ahead and like this video anyways, and I'd really appreciate it. If you guys have any other ideas for me, please comment down below for any new videos or anything you guys want me to go over. I would love to help, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.